Hey, what's crappening? It's Tuesday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, podcast Heat Wrestling, and other outlets. But I'm here with Mr. Robert Karplis, WE Creative _ish. Robert, man, what a Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about here today. This double box situation you got going on with me, Dom, is I'm getting a double echo. It is absolute physical torture. I don't know what you did to tweak the system here today, but I'm thrilled, happy. Dom found a new way to screw things up, and that is how you know it is a great Monday here. It's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. I already pinned this. Great. I was trying to pin the gimmick to the thing, and it was already pinned. I've already outsmarted myself. And we'll say hi to the folks who are joining us live. E says, "What's up? I'm so excited. Super Cena is back." Jeff Hanger says, "Happy Veterans Day, R&I." Also, Joe Hendry's new song, "Ethan and Chelsea Got Pied," is a must listen.
I hear it's an American Pie parody, actually.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I do love little Don McLean.
Me too.
Why wouldn't we? Wrestling Old Head says, "Good day, R&I. Raw has a new Intercontinental champion, and he's super." I don't know why. What happened to the new RVD episode, dude? E is like he's on you. I don't know what to tell you. Dre Owen says, "Thank you to all the vets out there. Hello, R&I. Now that Cena's Intercontinental champion, does that mean Dom Mysterio gets a title match with CM Punk?" Excellent question. And yes, we do want to celebrate all of the brave veterans who fought in the Monday Night War. A lot of good men and women out there.
Big fan of The Godfather. Thank you for your service, Godfather.
Yes.
Yes, Robert, was a fun show. I thought of Raw, very historical show, almost akin to a PLE, with all the events happening. What do you think of this episode, Robert?
I thought this was a tremendous episode of Monday Night Raw. I was pleasantly surprised with how well Monday went. Given that they were in Boston, this very easily could have slid into pure nostalgia, a lazy show. There was a lot of storytelling they needed to cover and get to. I think they did a really nice job of this.
I 100% agree. And I think when you look back at some big time Raw moments, that whole opening segment along with the match will be one of them, because it was really, really cool. You see a rising star in Dominic Mysterio and going up against what you were talking about yesterday, how you get those kind of worlds colliding of different eras and different things going on. And here you get it with Cena and Dom Mysterio. And it was fantastically done. And I thought what happened in the match was great. And the outcome was awesome.
Couldn't agree more. I thought that I have to step away for just 30 seconds. I'll be right back. There's a delivery guy at the front door. I got to go pick up a delivery.
Uh-oh. Wonder if it's Grubhub or DoorDash. But either way, hey, Raw was sponsored by DoorDash yesterday. We are not. But I will say, like, Cena, just really in his element here. You can tell he was really appreciative of the fans. And that crowd was extremely appreciative of him. And it was just a neat atmosphere. Wonderful setup. That pop was amazing. I literally got chills watching it. I thought it was awesome. And Dom rose up to the moment, too, playing that, obnoxious, cocky, oblivious heel that he's like too ensconced in his own stuff to realize that, hey, he just booked himself into a match right here, right now against John Cena. And then he lost his championship. So really, really fantastic stuff. And it sets up a lot more intrigue, too. I mean, the tournament itself already was intriguing, but giving this an extra layer with the Intercontinental Championship, I think really means a lot in the ultimate value of facing Cena for one last time. Especially, not only do you get his last match and you retire John Cena, but you have the potential to win that Intercontinental title as well. So I think that's a neat little added element to it all, Robert. If you didn't hear any of that, I was just saying how cool it is.
Completely agree with everything you said. No idea what you said. I'm sure it was spot on and accurate. I also agree that it was great. I think what Dom was just saying, if I can reiterate, it was good to see a white person beat a minority on TV. That's always what Dom says.
In Boston.
In chats in Boston. Yeah, that's what Dom said, right?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know.
Yeah,
You're dressed like a longshoreman today. I just assumed that was the vibe you were going for here.
it is.
You look
Randy,
like a Rock. He's a bum.
he's a bum rock.
You're a bum, Rock. Anyway, all timer of an opening segment for Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
What I thought was so great and so complimentary was the fact that Boston took that ride with the show.
Mhm.
I'm picking up delivery in the middle of the thing. Anyway, as Dom drinks, was that a glass of milk? What is going on
Oh,
here?
water. It's water.
Oh, water
My
with
Lou
a
Gehrig glass.
Lou Gehrig. Oh well, the bastion of health. If you, but this is what I like. Dom was wildly entertaining out there during his promo. And rather than do the smarmy audience thing like we saw in Rio Rancho last week, the
Hey,
Madison Square Garden in New Mexico, here they were booing. They
yeah,
took that ride as the audience. It was absolutely fantastic. They cheered John, they booed Dom. They didn't want to be like, "Oh, we're going to acknowledge the cool heel and we're going to do this." It was, "No, we hate this guy and we want to see John Cena beat the hell out of him." And John Cena giving the little iggy to the audience of like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat Dom's lunch." The fine speech line
mm,
is always his telegraphing for like, I'm going to treat this seriously. This did not feel like, oh, we're bringing out a young guy and it's a novelty moment. It was, let's elevate Dominic Mysterio to a main event position here on this show. It felt like he belonged in there with John Cena on the microphone. He held his own in the promo. They went to the match, and the match itself did not feel like the hesitant John Cena we've seen in some of these previous outings on this retirement run.
right. I completely agree. I thought he looked really solid, and him and Cena. I mean, him and Dom just had a really good kind of back and forth match. And Cena gave a lot to Dom, I think, in this match too, and to help kind of, hey, this guy Dom is a talented wrestler in the ring if you're coming from a kayfabe standpoint, and he can hold his own. But Cena just outpowered him and got the clean win. So I loved it, Robert. It was really, really awesome to check out.
A quick shout out to Joseph Venditti, who wrote, "Hey, it's the guy from RVD Podcast. Cool.
Hey,
Didn't know you were part of Podcast Heat. Very cool. Guess that's a guy who wasn't waiting for his action figure."
oh, Robert, you son of a bee sting.
Yeah. Johnny Disco dropping a damn it, Dom. I don't even know why in relation, but it's such an evergreen statement.
It really is.
Um, Dominic
Mm,
Mysterio losing the Intercontinental title was the right decision for a couple of reasons. Number one, you gave Boston one last memorable John Cena moment. If it was just John going out there to doff his cap and give the "today I consider myself the luckiest wrestler on the face of the earth," yeah, it's a big Lou Gehrig day for you.
yes.
Between that and just the way you look today, it's like, how much time do we really have left with Dominic D'Angelo? Thoughts and prayers. But what I enjoyed was you got that moment, you got the match. Cena checking off the last box of having never been Intercontinental Champion, and he gets to be a Grand Slam champion. And it didn't feel like, we just got to do this for the sake of doing it. It was, no, we were able to advance a couple storylines. Dominic going out there and saying, like, I had to deal with an old guy last week who doesn't belong in here, and now I'm dealing with another old guy who doesn't belong in here, and your time is up, my time is now. It fits the Cena ethos of, I'm going to make this run be about how can I elevate the next generation of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominic Mysterio proved that adage of winning by losing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Reminded me too of Bruno versus Roddy Piper back in the '80s and stuff.
That's an interesting pull right there.
Well, that, huh?
And
Well,
we said it was going to happen. We said it was that listicle thing of,
mhm.
did you know that these guys wrestled each other? Yes, we did. And now
Now
we've seen it, and now we can check this off the box.
that's
And
it.
it was a great tribute for Dom's father, Eddie, who
Mhm. Oh,
obviously
him
had
as
some great moments with John Cena. Uh, totally loved it. Totally fantastic. Great opening segment. And then it made the tournament matches that much more important because this really was a John Cena themed show of Raw.
Yes. It really was. And so we had two of those John Cena last time is now matches. Damian Priest versus Rusev. Robert, we predicted several outcomes, and the one we joked about actually happened. Pretty much just straight up, Rusev defeated Damian Priest with the help of some eye pokes and stuff, but no interference.
He had Aleister Black.
Did he come out there?
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake. So,
The clean match was the Sheamus Shinsuke Nakamura match.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Dre Owen says Nikki Bella should have helped Dom retain. So, Scott Chaplin and I recorded Working Stiff today, which is up on the main feed. It's our main feed. Usually it drops on a Thursday. It's dropping on a Tuesday. Scott's going to Skankfest.
Oh,
this it's a big comedy festival. He's performing. He's performing at Skankfest, which is it feels like this would have been the segue into a Blue Chew ad. It was not the segue into a Blue Chew ad.
You can do it.
It was. I was gonna, but I honestly didn't have the gimmick up because it was on a different screen. But guys, if you're having problems getting your gimmick up, can we talk to you about our friends at Blue Chew? Guys, enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, and we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code RUMOR at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo.
Yeah, Blue Chew. Shout out. All right. Robert. So we'll touch upon those tournament matches. Let's do that real quick, I guess. Damian Priest.
Oh, so the point that I was making, by the way, I was making a point before I got sidetracked. Oh, John Cena is such a beloved guy because he is not a dick. And you saw that here where you easily could have gone over this run sheet of this show and John would have been like, hey, maybe we don't let Nikki Bella have her moment on this show because of my history with her.
Wow.
He could have easily yanked that. He could have pulled the creative card. He didn't. Sebastian Howard brings up a good point. He says, why do you need a hoodie in Florida? Today is one of the weird anomaly days where it was 40 degrees out here today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Feels like 17 up here, FYI. It's very cold in Pittsburgh. But yeah, Robert, I think that's a great point. I didn't even think about that with Nikki Bella and that. I mean, I did obviously make mental note. Oh man, Nikki's on the same show with Cena and stuff. That's kind of funky and wild. But it's a great point because yeah, he could have been just as easily like, I don't know if we should do this right now, and he didn't. So I thought pretty admirable in that light. Let's see here. Another option, another match that we had was Shinsuke Nakamura going up against Sheamus for the tournament, and Sheamus gets that big time win. Fun match here, Robert. Do you think the right man won for this one with Sheamus?
Yeah, this was fine. I think Sheamus has a more interesting narrative of he wants to beat John Cena on the anniversary of him beating John Cena for the world title the first time in 2009. So there's a little bit of symmetry and reasoning for it. Nakamura getting the win wouldn't have really done much.
Mm-hmm.
And Nakamura's at a point in time in his career where he's okay, just kind of losing and being okay. They did the little handshake brother afterwards, so I think that was totally fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Sheamus did just a little bit more story with Sheamus and Cena, so I think why not play into that? Bit?
Neither guy's getting that spot. We know that that's the case, but what's great about the tournament is you're using it to further other stories and ideas. It did feel like we were going to see something with Sheamus and Finn. But my guess is they're like, you know what? We're doing this Dominic Mysterio, John Cena thing in the beginning. If you see the rest of Judgment Day, they're going to be like, hey, how come Judgment Day weren't out there for the John Cena piece? Or why did we not revisit Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio later on in the show?
Yeah, but like to that aspect, yeah, it'll be intriguing because Don will be like, "Hey, why weren't you guys out there for me?" And just Don being a complete hypocrite and stuff, and could add some neat elements to Judgment Day and what's the future holds for them as well.
Well, they did
Um,
add some neat elements to Saturday night's main event. Dre Owens points out that I'm looking forward to the NXT versus WWE at Saturday night's main event. This notion, this idea that all of the matches on that show outside of the John Cena main event are going to be NXT talent versus WWE talent. They know there's a lot of eyeballs on this show. They know that it's going to get a lot of mainstream attention. So let's put a spotlight on some of the folks that are in NXT that the mainstream roster hasn't worked with, and that the mainstream audience may not be super familiar with. And we're getting a taste of that at Madison Square Garden next week.
and you know what, Robert? I was really unclear about what John said during that promo. Like, I didn't know that that's what he was indicating, that it was WWE versus NXT on the whole card. I thought there was like, are they having a battle royal? What exactly is going on? Because it didn't, but I guess it clarified, and I just misheard it. So
No, they're going to do matches, so it's a good opportunity potentially to present an Obafemi.
mm-hmm.
Let him go out there and have a great match. We're seeing Javon Evans next week against Gunther in Madison Square Garden. What a cool moment that's going to be for him.
Yes, it will be very, very cool. Hey, live chat, let me know. StreamYard is acting very funky, and it says go live right now, but we are live, so I don't understand what's going on. So if you guys can see us and hear us, let me know in the chat. Funky stuff today.
Well, what I can do is I can go on the old internet situation here and see. And yeah, no, we are live streaming. I'm literally watching myself on my phone.
Very,
That's
very
not at
odd.
all weird. Though Willie Thornbrew asked us to restart the show because he arrived late. So
Oh, I don't know if we can do that. You'll have to
welcome
double.
to Rumor and Innuendo. I'm your host. What's the
Ooh,
nonsense you say? Hey, it's
hey,
Tuesday.
what's crappening?
I hate you so much sometimes. Something I hated even more than that was the Nikki Bella heel turn that I
Wow,
unfortunately predicted.
you did. You know, that was pretty telegraphed, though, because even I saw that coming. But what did you think, Robert? I know you kind of already expressed it, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know how I
that's
feel.
it. I hate it. I hate that poor Stephanie Vaquer is going to have to work against Nikki Bella. It's going to waste a cycle of storytelling. Totally unnecessary. Not a big fan.
Would you kind of make the argument though for how we were talking about like Cena going up against these younger talents? You get a little bit of that with Nikki Bella going up younger talents too. It's
No,
like that cross. Okay.
no, because the difference is John Cena is an all timer in the ring, and he's the guy that's going to get a great match at anybody. Making the younger talent have to carry Nikki Bella is brutal.
I think though the argument can be made like Total Divas, all that history that she's had that gets a lot of those outside people into wrestling. Like literally, my brother's wife loves Nikki Bella and loves Total Divas, doesn't care about wrestling whatsoever.
Okay,
So,
but using Nikki Bella as an on-screen character, using Nikki Bella as the manager of Raquel and Roxanne, fine.
mhm.
But putting her in the ring where the matches are not going to be very good, and you're trying to build Stephanie Vaquer up as somebody special, and then if someone who's not super familiar with her, like your sister-in-law, and then
Mhm.
sees this match, she's not going to think, "Oh, Stephanie's doing everything she can with Nikki." It's going to be, "Oh, this new girl is not very good."
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just see it being I see it being more problematic than good. Something that I was happy about because I've been joking that they were going to do this, and then they went ahead and did it. Was that they just had to like wake up William Regal to yell "War Games," and sure enough, they literally did it on screen. So we know we will see CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes versus the Vision and Logan Paul in. You want to do it?
War games.
You did it like Nigel McGuinness. That was interesting. That's your go-to
I
British.
was another Brit.
Yes. Yes. So it is War Games. We're all very excited. Now the big mystery is who the last two people are going to be on either side. It would stand to reason, since Cody is now in this match, that Drew is going to wind up in there.
Yep.
So that leaves one spot open on the heel side. On the babyface side, There's 2 spaces open. There's a couple of mystery matches where we don't know who the opponents are in that John Cena tournament. We know LA Knight is going up against question marks, and we know that Solo Sikoa is going up against question marks. In Madison Square Garden, it would not surprise me if that question mark was Roman Reigns. And then you lead to a situation where Roman winds up being in this War Games match. I see a world in which LA Knight winds up in the War Games match. I see a world in which Damian Priest and Aleister Black wind up in the War Games match. There's always the outside possibility of a Brock Lesnar popping up. Maybe he's the guy who takes out LA Knight and he's the mystery. It's kind of the fun of wrestling. It's like, we're going to see what winds up happening here.
Robert, yesterday you made a light prediction that maybe Cena could be in the War Games match. You still feel that way after?
I could
Monday?
see Cena on one side, Dom on the other.
Okay.
Let's go full bore with the young guys on the one side going up against the old guard.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be intriguing. I like that.
Don't hate it. And then on the women's side, we also got, what did they announce at the end of the show?
It was Nia Jax.
I was saying, no, Dom. God, I was trying to do the gimmick.
What?
Hey, what women's match are we going to get at Survivor Series, Dom? They announced it's going to be
War Games.
Yeah. Guys, believe it or not, this is not a well-rehearsed show sometimes.
No.
Not scripted. This is genuine and earnest and honest. Yes. Rhea, Io, Alexa, and Charlotte versus the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. One spot open on either side. Is this where we see the Bayley and Lyra split?
Whoa. Yeah, Robert. I like that too. Yeah.
Or there's always Becky and Maxine.
That's true too. They're gonna have that match next week for that Intercontinental Championship. Fun little stuff, I think. Becky just coming in, taking a shot at Maxine real quick backstage. What did you think of all that?
There is something sort of perversely interesting about the fact that they're doing this match in Madison Square Garden. This is one of your most hallowed buildings. This is one of your most vocal crowds. Like Maxine, they either have a lot of faith in Maxine and they think that she's going to blow people away and they're going to make her a star here, or she's going to sink like a stone.
If you were Triple H, would you just run with it with Maxine?
I think that them giving her this match is a vote of confidence that they believe in something with Maxine, that she has been working very hard with Natalya, that she has improved leaps and bounds in the ring. She looks like a star. She carries herself like a star. She obviously loves the business. I don't know if you caught any of her interview with Chris Van Vliet, but she's someone who really embraces what pro wrestling is. And it's kind of fun to see. So you do want to see her succeed. All due respect to the Total Divas out there who for years saw this as kind of a cheap path forward for success elsewhere.
Right. No, and Maxine, she just does have that kind of connection with the fans. I think that good babyface connections, good energy and stuff. So yeah, I'm all for it. It is a great opportunity for her, especially at Madison Square Garden. So
I think it's going to be. I think they're going to stack this Madison Square Garden show up nicely next week. I've been predicting a Cena and Punk versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed main event for several weeks now. Wouldn't be mad at it.
Would not hate that either, Robert. And yeah, it's lined up for it. You could certainly do it and play it off in a great way. What else did we have on here, Robert? Taking a look.
We covered all the. I mean, well, I wasn't thrilled about the Kabuki Warriors winning the tag titles, just because I think there was still more to do with Alexa and Charlotte.
I think you can always revisit it though, for sure. You know, I think there's still life in it. So I mean, like, you can kind of table it, and you can understand that Charlotte can go in a singles route, and so can Alexa. And from how Charlotte indicated on Instagram, it seemed like that's the direction that's happening.
It did. It feels like they were potentially freeing Charlotte up to go after Jade Cargill at some point in time. The other person who I wouldn't be totally shocked if they gave as Jade's next opponent, Nikki Cross.
Oh,
you kind of forget that Nikki Cross she's part of the Wyatt Six, obviously. She's a very accomplished in-ring worker, and I think she's someone who can get a good match out of Jade.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
agree.
that's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're setting some. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned this before too, but like there's an opportunity to put Natalia in that mix. I think if you.
We talked about it, but that's sort of a heavier lift,
Mm-hmm.
just because you have to reintroduce Natalia as this killer character, and not, hey, wasn't she the woman that used to fart on camera?
Right. Right. I think there is a separation of that. I just think, yeah, I would love to see some sort of, I don't know, what is it, metamorphosis on air and on the channel to make it happen.
Thanks, Kafka.
You're welcome.
Yes, but look, we Raw, new Intercontinental Champion, new Women's Tag Team Champions. We've set up the framework for the men's and women's War Games match to some extent, with still some intrigue. There's intrigue over who's going to face LA Knight, who's going to face Solo Sikoa. It's good stuff. This
It is
is
good stuff.
intriguing.
We also,
I
Robert. Oh, we did have Javon Evans versus Gunther announced too.
I did talk about that about 10 minutes ago.
Did you? I completely
Yes,
missed
you were here.
Was I?
When we were talking about the NXT stuff, I said to giving Javon Evans that opportunity next week in Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
It's literally a 2-person conversation. There's no other, unless there's voices you're hearing, like you're Orton.
Huh?
You're getting voices in your head. Yeah, there you go.
What's that?
By the way, I'm just putting it here my prediction, my hope for LA Knight's opponent.
Okay.
LA Knight's a dude who's pretty much just a single catchphrase, a lot of flash, no substance. Feels weirdly forgettable, but being propelled by the internet. How do you not put him up against Zack Ryder?
Wow, man, I like that, Robert.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen. But, and we're going to end on this comment here from E, who's clearly deranged, who said LA Knight's opponent is going to be Marcus D'Angelo.
Oh
Marcus ain't taking that booking. He's pulling a Nixon Newell. He's showing that ain't going to work for me, brother.
I'm not doing it. I'm not taking a loss in my debut.
Ooh, Dre Owen suggested LA Knight versus Mr. Kennedy. Why would you do that? It's one of my favorite creations. That's just cruel. What's not cruel is the fact that we are going to be back tomorrow, as we are every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ish X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on ad-free shows, Rumor and Innuendo, and Podcast Heat. What a Tuesday. What a day. So on behalf of the Lou Gehrig of this show, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm going to Wally Pip you. Let's see. Now it says go live. I'm going to end the show and hit go live, so we might still be on. So, Robert, let's find out.